Hi loves, welcome back for another video, or welcome if you're new here. Today I'm making a kind of hybrid life goals plan with me sort of video. I'm just gonna wing it and see how it goes, and hopefully this will be helpful for you guys, or at least kind of entertaining. To give you a little bit of background if you're new to this channel, I just started a new job right about 2 months ago, which is crazy that that much time has already passed, but life likes to fly by when you're having fun, right? But basically now that I have gotten a little more settled into my day-to-day routine with this new job, I've reached a point where I need to refocus and kind of figure out where I'm headed next and what I want to focus on. So I made a little list on my phone here of a few things that I kind of want to focus on for the rest of the year. I know we're in August now, but I still feel like summer is such a mid-year point to like really kind of evaluate what you're doing and see what you want to change going forward and kind of just make the best of the time that you have left in the year. So my first one is a big one and something that I definitely want to work on, and it is to be more consistently active. I am definitely not an athletic person. People usually assume that I am looking at me because I have kind of like a thinner build, but it's just who I am. Like, this is how I was born, and I do eat well, so I feel like I have half the battle kind of taken care of. There's just like little things that I could be doing better, especially just getting out there, getting some fresh air, going for walks more often, going for hikes more often. And I've talked about doing yoga or like joining a yoga class for the longest time, and I've never done it. So those are kind of some of the things that I might want to focus on. My next one is another big one, and it is to upload to this channel every week. And those of you who have been around recently know that my schedule has not really been a schedule. I've been posting fairly often, but I just haven't been able to get that consistent mark. And I was trying for a while to upload every Friday, so I really want to get back into that. And I'm hoping to do so kind of just by planning ahead better and really just figuring out how to best use my time outside of my job, since I do work full time, and that alone is exhausting and a lot of time every week. So I really just want to kind of figure out how to prioritize things a little bit better and be able to put more time into my YouTube channel, because I absolutely love doing this. Video is my thing, and YouTube is such an amazing community, and all of you guys are so amazing. So this is definitely something that I want to prioritize, and I know that I've said it several times on this channel, but especially now that I do a lot of YouTube related work full time, it's just inspiring me seeing that channel grow, and know that if I put as much time and energy into my channel, it's possible for me to do that because I have the skill set and the knowledge. So yeah, not that this is all a numbers game, but it would be awesome to be able to reach more people and to just continue to hopefully inspire you guys to live your best lives. The next one that I wrote down is keep working on my personal professional brand and learning outside of work too. So that sounds kind of weird, like an oxymoron, like personal professional, but as much as I'm super excited about my job and I love my job, I don't want to just be like this person that works at this company. Like, I still kind of want to have my established brand as a professional, as someone who can do freelance projects and has this creative skill set. So I really haven't updated my portfolio website since I started my job, and I want to kind of put some of my work that I've been doing there on it and update my resume on there. And it's not that I'm looking for a new job, but at the same time I think it's important to keep those things up to date because it's part of my brand, and I just want to make sure that I'm staying sharp and just continuing to push and grow and all of those good things. And the last one that I have written down is prioritize self-care. And this is something that I think most of us could work on. It's so easy, especially once you're working full time, to just push things that aren't as urgent to the wayside. And I've definitely fallen behind even on just like making like a dentist appointment. And I used to paint my nails all the time, and I never really do that anymore. Like, I don't have any nail polish on right now, and I love nail polish and it makes me happy. It's just those little things that you do for yourself just to feel good and like take some time away from your crazy life. And I feel like I need to work on that more and just kind of keep working to find that balance. So now that we've gone through those goals, there's definitely an important detail that's missing. How am I going to get there? And I know for each of them I broke down just a little bit, like some of the reasoning and like ways that I might go about it. But I think such an important thing about setting goals is finding a way that you can hold yourself accountable and really just measure things and keep yourself on track. So for me, this for a few years now has been my passion planner, and I'm sorry it's so reflective with the light, but hopefully you guys can kind of see it. It's this beautiful rose gold pattern, and I love it so much. I've definitely shown probably every single passion planner I've ever had on my channel because I love them so much. I love everything that they stand for, and it's a great tool. I'll be honest, I can show you my month of July in my passion planner, and we have a blank page, another blank page, and another blank page. I with my life being in such a large transitional period, I really haven't been using my planner as much as I should have. And that's definitely something that I want to be working on, because I think it's so important to have something like this, because that's how you hold yourself accountable and how you actually go from having this kind of bigger overarching goal to breaking it down into steps and really knowing what you're going to do next to reach that goal. So one of the things that I think is really awesome about the Passion Planner is it teaches you this concept of a mind map, which is essentially breaking down your goals. I feel like this is a little overexposed, but hopefully you guys can see it. Let's try adjusting the shutter just a little bit. There we go. So I'll just be in the dark for a second here, but these are some of my mind maps, and this is like the kind of bigger idea one, like the passion roadmap, and I just wrote down some goals for 3 months, a year, 3 years from now, and my lifetime. And then you take one of those from your 3-month period and you break it down over here. And the whole idea is that you write your idea or your goal in the middle, and then all around you write down steps and things that you need to accomplish in order to get to this goal. And then you can also, if you kind of, oh, let me put the shutter back up, hold on. So with writing all that out, if you want to get extra detailed and really hold yourself accountable, you can put dates to each of these things. But the whole idea is that you take this kind of like bigger mindset and you break it down into like your month layouts and then your weekly layouts. So it really just gives you a space to think through everything and just really plan your everyday life too. Like sometimes schedules can get busy and it's hard to remember every single thing that you need to keep track of. Like if you have bills due or assignments due if you're in school, there's just a lot of things going on in day-to-day life, and it's really nice to have the space to just keep track of it and keep yourself sane and brain dump when you need to. This planner also comes with graph paper in the back, which I've never really used, but then there's also several blank pages that you can just fill in with notes and doodles if you want, you know, whatever you need to do. I think it's really important whether you end up buying a planner like this or using Google Calendar or something on your phone. It's just definitely important to have that space to be able to think through things and break down your goals so you actually are able to start working towards them and eventually achieve them. And one last thing I do want to show you guys from the lovely Passion Planner is this monthly reflection section, which I'm sure is again kind of overexposed, but I'll just tell you the things that it has in here. So it asks you what was the most memorable part of this month and describe it. What were the 3 biggest lessons that you learned this past month? Review your planner for this past month and assess your priorities. Are you happy with how you spent your time? And what steps can you take to adjust them to do better next month? How are you different between this month and the month before it? Who or what are you especially grateful for this month? And name 3 things you can improve on this upcoming month. What are the concrete actions you can take to work towards those improvements? So all of those things really just give you some space to think, some space to reflect, and figure out what's working for you and what's not working for you. And again, it doesn't mean that you have to go buy a passion planner to do this, but it is great to check in with yourself every so often and just see where you're at and where you could be better. And it's kind of all part of the journey. Like we're all learning, we're all trying to figure this adulting thing out. It's okay. You're not alone in that. I promise you, even the people who look like they have it the most together, they're just pretending the best. Like we all have things that we struggle with, and it's just part of the journey. Another thing that I've really found helps me with my planner and just kind of planning things out is color coding. I'm a very visual person, so this is a very effective way for me to just kind of know what is what and what I need to focus on most. So I'm going to explain my system to you guys really briefly, and hopefully it'll spark some kind of idea for you. I know you can also color code on like the calendar that comes with your iPhone or Google Calendar and all of that. So you can have like a color for, say, schoolwork and, you know, your job if you have a part-time job, and your health and fitness things. And yeah, so let me give you some examples with my pens. So this is how I color code my planner. I just have these gel pens. They're from Papermate. They're the Inkjoy pens, and I like these. They're pretty solid. I just really like the variety of colors, which is why I use them. So first of all, the black pen is just kind of my general pen and what I write in my planner with when I don't have any like specific category necessarily, but I need to jot something down. That's the pen I use for it. Anything that is work related I will put in blue ink, and I feel like I write a lot of work related things in my planner, so it's nice to have kind of a more basic color for that. And then I use the purple pen for social occasions and things, so if I'm like meeting a friend for coffee or going to dinner with someone, I will write that in purple. I have red for important dates and when things are due, because obviously since it's red it stands out, like hello, this is important, so that's definitely my method for this one. Pink is for health related things, which Unfortunately, lately I haven't been writing a lot of, but anytime that I go for a walk or a hike, I usually like to jot that down in pink, and I'll also put like how far I went and, you know, any other details that might be important. And then last but not least, I have green for YouTube related things, so I will jot down when I am going to be filming videos, when I'm editing, and when I'm uploading videos, just to keep track of all that. So also color coding isn't necessarily for everyone. For some people it might feel like extra work, but for me it just kind of really puts everything in its own category and makes the whole overall like spread easier to look at. So overall, as helpful as this planner and these pens are to me, you know, no matter what system that you use to help you to accomplish your goals, they're not worth much unless you actually personally hold yourself accountable to. Because I can write in my planner until the cows come home about how I want to be like a famous YouTuber and have like $1 million by next year, but that doesn't mean just because I write it down that it's going to come true. So there has to be kind of an element of being realistic with yourself, but then also just holding yourself accountable and making sure if these are things that you're truly passionate about and you truly want, then you have to figure out how to get there and keep focusing on that motivation that you have that will help you kind of keep pushing through it even when it's difficult. So for me, for a really long time, that was finding a new job, and there were so many days when I went to my last job and I just didn't want to be there, and I was over it and I was tired. And you have to still be able to think about your why, your reason for pushing on and kind of going through the motions when you don't want to. I'll get off my little pedestal now, but I definitely think it's important to find it within yourself to hold yourself accountable, because you can use as many tools as you want, but they're not going to do it for you. All right, guys, so that was kind of my hybrid planning tips and goals video. I hope that this wasn't too all over the place, but it really was something that I wanted to share with you guys because I am so obsessed with Passion Planner. I can't say enough good things about them and highly recommend this planner. I will definitely have their website linked down below if you want to check it out. I have wanted to do a video about my Passion Planner for a long time, so I thought I'd share that side of things with you, but then also just kind of update you on where I'm at and things that I'm personally wanting to work towards so that you have some examples. So yeah, anyway, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below and tell me some of the goals that you want to work towards in the near future. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all so much, and I will see you in my video next week. Bye.